Hello, welcome to Emmanuel Maths Academy. So in the previous video, we looked at implicit differentiation. We talked about the steps involved in solving implicit differentiation. So in this video, we'll be talking about solving few examples for better understanding. Right? Just you are given this y raised to power 3 minus 3x power 4 equal to 6 minus 2x power 3 y raised to power 2. You have to find the derivative of this. That means to find dy dx, right? And this thing also find your dy dx, right? Solution. Now listen, what's the first step that you do? What's the first thing you do? You take the derivative of both sides, right? Now taking the derivative of both sides, you now have what? D over dx y power 3 minus 3x power 4 equal to d over dx 6 minus 2x power 3 y power 2. Is that clear? Right. Now, you differentiate this. If you differentiate this, you do what? You have 3y raised to power 2 dy dx. Because we said that when you differentiate, because we are having y here and not x. But remember that your y is a function of x. But when you differentiate y, you now put your what? Your dy dx. That's just the simple idea behind implicit differentiation. Look at what we did here. We now did 3, if you differentiate this, you have 3y raised to power 2. You now add your dy dx. Then we'll do the same thing also here. But we are having x. When you differentiate this, normally you leave it like that. You won't add any dy dx because we are having x and not y. Right? Now have minus 12x raised to power 3 equal to, if you differentiate this, you have 0 minus, you now have what? Let's use this to open up this, right? Minus 2 into bracket dy dx x power 3 y power 2, right? You now open up this, you solve this using product rule, right? But while using the product rule, you now apply implicit differentiation using the product rule. Is that correct? Because this is multiplying each other, right? When they say that products, we have used product when we have two functions multiplying each other. Now, the next step is what? This is what? 3y power 2 dy dx minus 12x power 3 equal to minus 2. Then you keep this, differentiate this. You now have this. You have 2y dy dx plus, you keep this, you differentiate this with respect to x. You have y raised to power 2 to bracket 3x raised to power. Is that clear? Now, what do you do? What do you do next? You simplify this thing further to give you what? 3y square power 2 dy dx minus 12x power 3 equal to minus 4x raised to power 3 y, right? Dy dx minus again minus 2 times this will give you 6x square y square. As simple as that. Then what do? You collect like terms. Collect like terms. This one will come to this side. You now have 3y power 2 dy dx plus 4x power 3 y dy dx equal to, this will come to this side. You have 12x power 3 minus 6x power 2 y power 2. You have dy dx here, you have dy dx here. Do what? You factor it out. When you factor it out, you have what? dy dx bracket 3y square plus 4x power 3y equal to 12x power 3 minus 6x power 2 y power 2. You now divide through by this, right? Divide through by 3y square plus 4x power 3y. 3y square plus 4x power 3y. This will cancel this, right? You now have that your dy dx. dy dx is what? 12x power 3 minus 6x power 2 y power 2 over 3 y power 2 plus 4x power 3 y. Now, let's look at the second example. It says solution. Solution. What do? You take the derivative of both sides, right? Taking the derivative of both sides, you have d over dx. You have y power 5 minus 3 y power 3 plus 4s squared minus 7. Go to d over dx 0. Right? If you differentiate this using implicit differentiator, here you have what? 5y power 4 dy dx minus 9y power 2 dy dx. Here you have what? 8x. This one will be 0. Then you also have 0. Right? What do you do next? You collect like terms. You now have 5y power 4 dy dx minus 9y power 2 dy dx. That means this one will come to this side. You now have minus 8x. Right? They have something in common. We have dy dx here. You have dy dx here. You factor out dy dx, which will give you what? Dy dx 2 bracket 5y power 4 minus 9y power 2 equal to minus 8x. Right? You now make, the idea is you want to make y dy dx the solid of the formula. You now divide both sides with the coefficient of this. Right? Now divide through by dy, divide through by this, the coefficient of this dy dx. You now have dy dx equal to minus 8x over 5y power 4 minus 9y power 2. As simple as that. This is your dy dx.